Hello. Thanks so much for having me. How are you guys?
We are excited to have you on the phone and excited about this knockout zone because Jonesboro, Arkansas, somehow, someway, is the first city to get to feature the knockout zone.
Well, I figured that, for two reasons. I've never been to Jonesboro before. I'm so excited to go. And it's actually my birthday weekend. So, yeah, so we're going to have a big party. And I figure, the TNA knockouts are not always accessible. A lot of times we're backstage, we're doing this and that. But I figured out a way we can meet the fans up close and personal and dine with them and have a very exclusive party that we're calling the Knockout Zone. And in Jonesboro, that's the big kickoff. That's the first time we're going to be introducing the Knockout Zone to the TNA fans. And the info is on ImpactWrestling.com. But it's going to be a huge party. You guys don't want to miss it.
Rumor has it you're actually going to be preparing the food, too. Is that true?
I figured I didn't want to poison anyone, and with my cooking skills, I actually ixnayed that idea. But I am going to be there. I'm going to be enjoying the food just with everybody else. And I'm going to bring along the beautiful Miss Christy Hemme, the ring announcer for Impact Wrestling. So it's going to be a whole redhead extravaganza, if you can handle that.
Hey, I'm ready for that.
I think we can handle it. Hey, I have a couple of questions for you.
Sure.
So I was reading your bio, and it says you're one of the youngest. I know it's kind of rude, but how old are you?
I'm going to be 27 that weekend. My birthday is on the 27th. So, yeah, it'll be the day after my birthday, so what a great way to celebrate. But I actually started with TNA. I think I did my first show with them in Nashville when I was barely even 17.
Oh, wow.
And,
wow.
Yeah, I've been with them since then I started with them full-time around 2004. So I've been around quite a while. I've been having I've been lucky to have the best seat in the house to watch all the action at ringside, and I'm still a huge, huge fan of people like Kurt Angle and the charismatic Enigma Jeff Hardy. And, of course, Mr. Hogan, our general manager, and they're all going to be a part of this huge Impact Wrestling taping for Spike TV in Jonesboro. And I believe you can get tickets at tickets.astate.edu. Is that right?
That's correct. So for people, we always like to say to the different stars and the knockouts that we talk to, the experience of Impact Wrestling Live. Why should people buy tickets and go to this event?
The thing is, and like I said, going back to me being a huge fan, it's one thing to watch something on television. It's one thing to watch, an untelevised live event. Those are always fun. But when this is an Impact Wrestling TV taping and it's live and, everyone's on the top of their game, there's a certain level of excitement that's like nothing else. And this is going to be huge because, like I said, not only is this the first time we're doing this exclusive Knockout Zone opportunity to meet the girls and to, it's going to be really casual. There's going to be wrestlers stopping by. You never know who's going to stop by the way.
Right.
It doesn't have to be limited to only knockouts. But to watch something that's going to be live on Spike TV with all of your favorites that you see every Thursday night on Spike, it is huge. There's nothing else like it. The crowd's going to be electric, and like I said, a live event is so much better than just watching it on television for sure.
So I got to meet Matt Morgan, and I turned into like this big pile of mush.
Oh,
so
no.
that's just one person for me. What's it like for you being around like 40 of these guys?
We'll have to first ask how your neck is from looking up at Matt
I
Morgan.
know. I had the hardest time not reaching over. I wanted to wrap my hands around his arms.
He's a giant, no joke. No, honestly, like I said, going back to being such a fan, I was watching these guys, years and years ago, and I work with them all the time, and I am still starstruck. When I have to interview somebody like an Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle, or a Jeff Hardy, or a Hulk Hogan, or any of these guys that I was watching, years ago, it is still nerve-wracking, honestly. And to see them in person, to see how much adrenaline they have when they come out, and to see how excited they are to meet all the fans. And the thing is, I don't know how many of them you met other than Matt Morgan, but they are all so humble. They all love what they do, and they're so nice to each and every fan because they really do appreciate all of them. And it's really cool to see somebody, like a Hogan or something that's on such a high, it's such a famous name. It's such a recognizable icon, and he's still so humble and so approachable to all the fans. So that, to me, is really endearing.
We talked to Christy Hemme, your co-host in the Knockout Zone, a couple weeks ago. And one of the questions that was interesting to ask her was, what do you have to take on the airplane? What do you pack in, like the things that you have to have? If you have 3 items, what is always with SoCal Val?
Oh, my gosh. I would say my iPod because I don't have that much downtime, but when I do and on planes, I cannot live without the iPod.
Right.
I'm going to be a girl, and I'm going to say lip gloss because you know how we are about that kind of thing. And, I bring a lot of jewelry. I don't know if you know this, but I'm a little bit into fashion, a little bit into the, the whole dressing up thing. And I'm so excited because I finally have a job where my job is to play dress up, really. And I do not take that lightly. Every single event that we have, I'm usually in a different dress and different jewels and things like that. So they don't call me the princess of pro wrestling for nothing, kids. Let's just put it that way.
There we go. SoCal Val. She'll be one of the hosts in the Knockout Zone March 28th, the ASU Convocation Center. If you want Knockout Zone tickets, you can always go by the ASU box office to pick those up. You can go to tickets.astate.edu to get the regular tickets. And Finally, we are giving away those Knockout Zone tickets. A special pair coming up on Friday, and we can't wait to see you, SoCal Val.
I can't wait to see you, and of course, I really want to meet the winners that you're going to announce this Friday. That's very exciting. So, yeah, please come out and enjoy the first historic Knockout Zone, our first one ever. And, of course, you can party with me on my birthday. I'm so excited for Impact Wrestling Live. It is so awesome. You don't want to miss it.